right, I'm welcoming you to Chair Yoga for the care of Waldenstroms. We're here with a nice large group with folks from all over the world, and so pleased to see you taking such good, nay, exquisite care of yourselves. One of our friends who just returned from a long trip told me at the beginning of our class that taking care of herself is a full-time job, as it should be. As it should be. I'm taking care of myself in every moment of every day. So I don't know that that was exactly your intention of how you wanted that to come across, but that's how I feel about it. Self-care is a full-time job. So well done getting yourself here today to take care of yourself. Let's go ahead and just get started, and I'll fill you in on our theme for today's class. I'm going to just notice my posture, and I might edge towards the front of my chair so that I can get my feet really anchored down onto the earth. And I'm just arriving in whatever state of being I'm in. I'm totally welcome here. I could be a complete mess today. I'll be welcome here. And then from here, I'm just going to, well, maybe we'll do a little bit of palming to get ourselves in this mode. If you have glasses on, you might want to take them off. Totally optional. I'm going to rub my hands together and just for a moment, rest my palms cupped over my eyes and take a few breaths here in this still space. In through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. You could roll your eyes around a little bit. Maybe you've been working hard at the computer or you haven't had a break yet today. So bringing a little self-care to the eyes for maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. And maybe I can kind of set a boundary around this time, that I'm moving from doing into being, coming into my class of being. And when you're ready, you can release the hands down, keeping the eyes closed or the gaze softened. And I'm going to mentally kind of unbutton the top button of my imaginary jeans and let my belly be soft and full. I'm just letting that go so that I can take a better, deeper, fuller breath. So today we're going to be balancing opposites, things that are seemingly opposite. And in yoga there is a yoga sutra that's applicable to almost everything we do in yoga. And it starts right here in this posture. I'm sitting up tall in my posture, and yet at the same time, I'm relaxed. This Yoga Sutra by Patanjali, written many, many moons ago, in Sanskrit is Sthira, sukham, asanam, which means the posture of yoga is steady and easy. So I'm here in my steady but easy posture, just breathing, noticing what it means to be grounded down, connected with the earth, and noticing what it means to be lifted towards the heavens with my breath, lengthening my spine, and finding that combination of being rooted down through my feet, my imaginary roots, and also rising up. Seeing if I could take 5 breaths in this space of steadiness and ease. And just really allowing myself to arrive in the present moment. Here I am in this beautiful community of friends. You can begin to blink your eyes open, return your glasses to your face or any little movements coming back into the space. And we'll get started right away with some head and neck movements. So I'm just going to tilt my right ear to my right shoulder. Take a breath and come back to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good. Breathing into center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Moving from side to side with my breath at the foreground. Just peering into all your living spaces here and seeing that some of us are even practicing outside today. It's such a beautiful day. So nice to see that. So we'll really be able to see what happens with the sun. Taking one more tilt to each side. All right. And then I'm going to just really root down through my feet and my legs. And I'm going to rise up through my arms, breathing in and breathing out. Painting all of the room in front of me with my awareness. Easy breath in, easy breath out. Steady through my core, easy in my fingertips. You got it. Getting the blood moving, getting the lymph fluid moving. Good, let's take 2 more. Breathing in, breathing out. And last one. Beautiful. Okay. Bringing that right arm out to the right. And I'm going to bring a lot of space between the fingers, as much space as I can muster. So I've got my palm holding up this imaginary wall and lots of space between the fingers. And then I'm going to make a fist around my thumb and drop those knuckles down, down, down. You got it. Breathing in, lifting, spreading. Breathing out, knuckles down. All right. And one more like that. Knuckles down, so feeling this. I'm going to let my arm rest for a moment, and I'm going to feel the difference between my right arm and my left arm, my right hand and my left hand. And this exercise is something you can do every day for if you're managing osteoarthritis or peripheral neuropathy in the hands. So I'm going to bring my left arm out to the left. And my fingertips are tilted back towards my face with a lot of space between the fingers. Breathing in. Exhale, knuckles down. Fist around the thumb. You got it. Easy breath in, open, spread. So beautiful. Exhale, knuckles down. You got it. Last one. Nice and wide. And knuckles down. Really nice breathing, and then releasing that arm down. And we'll now bring that right arm out to the right again. And I'm going to tilt my left ear over to my nice relaxed left shoulder and circle my palm. Circling my palm. All of this space over here to the right is my healing space today. And that arm can move downward little by little. I'm painting these circles of self-care in my space to the right. And then I'll bring my arm behind my back or rest my hand on my hip. And I'm going to spin my chin down. So I'm looking down at my left shoulder. And I'm just taking a few easy breaths here. Letting go of all that effort in the shoulders while keeping the effort in my core to stay seated, nice and tall. Beautiful. And then we're coming back and we'll try this on the other side. So we're stretching that left arm out to the left, tilting the right ear towards the right shoulder and just taking loose circles of my palm. All the space over to the left side is mine today for healing. I'm giving this to myself today, this self-care session. That arm can move downwards little by little. And when you're ready, you can rest the hand on the hip or bring it behind the back. That's right. And then I'm spinning my chin down, looking at my right shoulder. Can I let both shoulders release effort, right? Finding the ease in my shoulders. And then coming back to center, and we'll come back up, and I'm going to give you guys high fives, 2 high fives, and we're just going to start pressing each finger to the thumb on each hand, and really press and hold, and do what you can. Some of us might not have the full range here, and that's okay. Do what you can. You've got it. I might do one more round. You got it. And then I'm going to take my fists and I'm going to knock on the doors of life here. Let me in. I'm here. I'm living. Okay. I'm a little kooky today. Can I blame it on the eclipse? And shaking the hand out. All right, so I'm going to come to a little bit of a wider stance and let me push myself back so you can see the full. So I got a little bit of a wider stance here. And I'm going to be circling my torso. In one direction. The posture of yoga is steady and easy. Coming back the other direction. And now the second half of that sutra will really blow your mind. It is realized by relaxing one's efforts and resting like the cosmic serpent on the waters of infinity. Oh my gosh, how do I do that? I want that. That sounds great. That cosmic serpent is actually very strong, has a very strong body. And I'm reminded of the serpent as we do this, circling of the spine here. That sort of energy at the base of one's spine. Coming back to center. And I'm noticing now my feet on the earth. I'm going to pick up my heels, pick up my toes, and just kind of lubricate my ankles a little bit, get my toes fired up. And then I'll just plant both feet down. And I'm giving my belly a little rub here in the clockwise direction, the way that digestion flows. Up the right side, over and down the left side. And, we do this sometime in our classes. And I was so pleased that Rami did this in our class this last week, in our Tai Chi class, and was talking about the same thing, moving digestion. All right, and then with that awareness of the core, we're going to bring the arms out to the sides. So here I am rooting down. I'm effortful in my core to stay lifted. And then I'm going to bring some ease into my fingertips. I'm just going to kind of flick imaginary water off the ends of my fingertips. Let it be easy while your lower half of your body is working hard to stay lifted. Let this be easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, guys. I'm going to stretch my right arm up and over to the left side and come back to center. Stretch my left arm up and over to the right side and come back to center, and I'm flowing from side to side at my own pace. I'm still feeling that beautiful effort in my core to stay upright, and I'm allowing some ease to come into my shoulders, into my jaw. You got it. And this next one will be my last one, and I'm going to hold this a little bit. So I'm going to be reaching up and reaching tall through my fingertips. Big breath, and exhale, and switch sides. Left arm up, really stretching, feeling that stretch in the left side body, and coming back to center, grabbing onto my chair, walking my feet back in, walking my feet out a few times. So lubricating my hip joints, walking it in, walking it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release that. All right. Talk about balancing opposites. I'm going to bring my arms like I'm holding onto that imaginary subway strap on either side. And I'm going to be stepping opposite arm, opposite leg out. Opposite arm, opposite leg out. And then opposites in. Opposites out. Think, but don't think too much. Soften your gaze. Don't worry about what you look like. Feel that strength and that effort in your core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Give yourself a hug. Self-care is a full-time job, and hugs are definitely a part of it. Hugs are definitely a part of it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you my side for a moment. I'm going to lean forward and bring my forearms down onto my knees. This might be my version of a forward fold today, with a flat back if I'm caring for osteoporosis or osteopenia, or I know that I'm okay, I'm taking care of myself. Right? You might be able to go down a little bit farther. So we're just kind of testing out, what's my forward fold? What's my seated forward fold like? And I'm going to take 2 breaths here, sigh it out the mouth. Beautiful. And then I'm coming up nice and slow. I'm going to rest my hands on my legs and kind of squeeze my shoulder blades together and practice our lion's pose. So with lion's pose, I'm opening my mouth as wide as feels comfortable. I'm sticking out my tongue as far as feels comfortable, and I'm creating a little sound. So we're going to take 3 breaths like that. Right, and then sitting up from there. Let's move through, or let me show you from the side just our version of a cobra pose. So our version of a cobra pose is I'm going to grab on to the sides or the seat of my chair. And I'm going to lift my heart up and squeeze my shoulder blades together. If I'm caring for neck issues, I might keep my chin level with the earth. If I feel clear to do so, I might lift my chin and really notice all that space across your chest. Breathing in, breathing out. One more big breath. Beautiful. And then we're swinging the arms, letting the arms swing and dangle, feeling the space in the joints in the hands, feeling the space in the joints of the elbows. Good. And now we're going to move through some sun salutations. Perfect thing to do with the solar eclipse today. So we're going to be kind of paying our respects to Surya, which is the Sanskrit term for sun, Surya. So Surya Namaskar means paying respects to the sun, and for us that's in the form of sun salutations. So let's give this first one a try, nice and slow. We're breathing in, arms rising out and up. As we breathe out, we're coming to our version of a forward fold. We're going to inhale and come up a little bit. And as we exhale, we're going to reach forward so strong through the core. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, swing the arms back. Inhale, cobra pose, heart lifted. Exhale, again, reaching forward, leaning forward. Inhale, arms rise, and palms at heart center. So let's do two more like that. You can always just sit and breathe if you prefer. Breathing in, arms rise, out and up. Exhale, slow fold forward. Inhale, lift up a little bit. Exhale, reach forward, arms forward. Breathing in, arms rise. Exhale, swing the arms back, grab onto your chair. Breathing in, heart lift. Breathing out, reach forward, lean forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. Let's do one more. Breathing in, arms rise, out and up. Breathing out, slow fold forward. Inhale, lift a little ways. Exhale, reach forward so strong. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, swing those arms back, grab onto the chair. Inhale, heart lift, arching the back. Exhale, reach forward, lean forward. And inhale, last one, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Stay here for just a moment with the hands at heart center, feeling the feet on the earth. And we can send our tendrils of connection, of love and support to one another, especially for those who are going through challenging times. And maybe sending some birthday wishes to our friend Bev, whose birthday it is today. And being open to receiving that support is another piece of the equation. From here, I'll interlace my fingers and just press my palms away, juice up the fingers. Good. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my lap, bring my feet back a little bit, and lean forward. I'm going to create some momentum here. Now, I might decide today is not the day for me to come to stand. And if you're going to remain seated, you can still do this momentum exercise. So as I do my momentum exercise, my nose is over my knees. I'm leaning forward, and my gaze is where I want to go. Right? I don't want to go down, so my gaze is sort of towards the horizon. And you can play with just coming up a little bit and coming right back down. And if you're caring for knee issues today, you might skip this altogether. Coming up, coming right back down. Maybe you like to swing the arms as part of this. My gaze is always where I want to go. And I can really feel that strength in my glute muscles. I might come up a little farther. I might come up all the way when I'm ready. All right. And if you're staying seated is a great option for self-care. I'm going to take that little sip of water. And reset. Exploring the opposites of rooting down and rising up. Exploring the opposites of steadiness and ease. So I'm feeling my feet on the earth, or I'm looking down and seeing my feet on the earth. And I might lift my toes and spread them and dig them back down. I might ask my toes to do that and they might not respond, and that's okay. Maybe some of my toes lift, some of my toes spread, and some of my toes dig. So I could do that a few times, just kind of getting the toes juiced up. And then from here, I'm holding onto my chair and my gaze is soft. I'm allowing my gaze to take in everything below, to the sides and above me. And I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes and slowly drift back down. I'm breathing in, rising up, and exhaling back down. Maybe I'm feeling wobbly today and I want to keep my hand on the chair. Maybe I'm looking forward to a little challenge and I might lift one or both arms up, kind of like I'm taking off as a bird in flight. And maybe you're a one-winged bird, and that's okay. See if you can exercise both wings, one at a time. Breathing in, breathing out. Where's the effort? Where's the ease? Really nice. Okay, and now we're going to float our way down. In our Tai Chi class, we did something very similar. We weren't floating up and down, but we were doing what Rami called the crane. So I'm going to do the crane with you today because I really loved it so much. You can do this seated, you can do this standing, and I probably won't get it 100% right. But we're going to start with the arms down at the sides and the fingertips lifted. And then as I come up, my hands are going to be flat. As I come up farther, I'm going to bring my hands down and touch my fingertips together. So you're going up as far as feels good to you. And then we're coming down, the arms are coming down, and the fingertips are rising. We're breathing in all the way up, breathing out all the way down. And moving your mind to the core of you, right? That energy ball at the low center that Rami talked about. And we did this exercise for 3 minutes in a row, and it felt like it went on forever and ever, and I was like, wow, this is illuminating. We're not going to do it for 3 minutes, but I wanted to just share this beautiful exercise with you. Obviously, if you're caring for shoulder injuries or issues, you're going to modify this. And if you wanted to, you could do something a little bit more, right? As you come down, you could bend your knees a little bit. As you come up, maybe you come up onto tiptoes. So I'm adding a little bit of my own Let's do one more. All right. And then I'm coming back up and I'm just going to roll my shoulders. Rolling my shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Let's do just the right shoulder. And then go in the other direction with the right shoulder. And then do the left shoulder. And go in the other direction with the left shoulder. And then I'm just going to kind of lean forward here and let my arms be heavy. Maybe it's just one arm and the other hand is holding onto a chair, but I want to try to swing one or both arms. And I'm letting the space come into my fingers, to my wrists, my elbows, and my shoulders. And I'm going to protect my neck by tucking my chin a little bit. And I'm letting all of my cares and concerns and worries, be they few or be they many, just drip off the ends of my fingertips, letting them go for now. All right, and then we'll come up. Let's practice our Warrior One pose. I'm going to take my right foot forward and my left foot back at an angle. If you're seated for this, watch and imagine, feel how your body might, think how your body might feel in this. Modify how you can. So I'm bending into my right knee. My torso is upright and I'm squeezing my left glute muscle. If I feel wobbly, I'm going to walk my right foot to the right. And then I have an option. I can take my left hand to my heart, or I could take both hands to heart center. So I'm feeling the effort in my legs, in my glute muscles, in my core. And I'm letting the ease come into my palms, my jaw, my shoulders. Rooting down and rising up. Walk it out, come on out of it. And we'll shorten the stance, straighten the legs, and take a bow. Again, if you have osteoporosis, try to avoid rounding the back. So I'm folding forward. Maybe my forearms come to my chair. I could tuck my chin here. Maybe there's a little farther to travel. Wonderful, Marnie. So beautiful. Come on back up when you're ready. And then we're stepping the left foot forward, bringing the right foot back. Nice wide base. Sinking into the left knee. Squeezing the right glute, or whatever side you didn't do yet. The torso is upright. I could have my right hand on my heart, or I could have both hands at heart center. I'm finding the ease now in my breath. So allowing the breath to find any parts of the body that are working a little too hard, like the shoulders or the jaw. Taking one more big breath with me. You got it. And then we're stepping into a shorter stance with straightened legs. And we're taking a bow, folding forward, forearms to the chair, tucking the chin. Maybe you want to pull the belly towards the spine. Right? If you have farther to go, you can bring the fingertips to the seat of the chair. You've got it. And then coming up nice and slow. And walking it out. How are you guys doing? Feeling okay? All right. Let's go ahead and take our last standing pose, our tree pose. We're going to do a full tree pose today. If you're feeling like your hips or your knees are not cooperating with you today, you might skip this one. So I'm going to start with the weight in my right foot. And I'll have a little bend to my right knee, a little micro bend to my right knee. I'm picking up my left heel and opening my knee to the side. And right away I notice I kind of just put all this effort and weight into my right hip. So I'm going to try to zip that up and distribute the effort in my core, in my glutes. And then if you like, you might even bring the foot up. So that left foot coming somewhere on the right leg. The toe could still be on the earth. I'm squeezing that right glute muscle. And then maybe just a millisecond, I'm bringing my hands to heart center. Or maybe it's just one hand on my heart and the other hand on the chair. Wherever the yoga is, the cats will come. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got it. Kick out that right leg. The posture of yoga is steady and easy. So we're bringing that little ease into that left knee, little bend. Pick up the right heel, open the knee to the side. So this is an externally rotated open position for the hips. And I'm going to be zipping up my core, placing my leg somewhere on the other leg, and working towards finding my edge. I want to wobble out of it. I want to find that edge. And if I'm seated for this, I could be visualizing in my mind's eye a beautiful tree. Even if I'm not seated, I could be visualizing a tree. One more big breath. Good. And then we're kicking it out, walking it out, and taking a little downward facing dog. So stretching out my back, stretching out the backs of my legs. And then slowly making your way up, coming around the front of the chair and coming to sit. Coming to sit and crossing the right knee over the left. Crossing the right ankle over the left knee is what I meant to say. And I'm just going to take a moment to tap the bottom of my right foot from the heel to the toes, tapping the bottom of the right foot. And this was another wonderful thing we learned from Rami. Tapping specifically for peripheral neuropathy. Okay, tapping. And he suggested a number of ways you could tap. You could tap with the knuckles, you could tap with the fingers, you could get a wooden spoon and tap with that. That was really not my cup of tea personally, but sounds a little punitive to me, but and you can imagine that that might be useful for someone. All right, then I'm just going to massage, grab onto my shin or my knee, and I might move a little bit more deeply into this as a hip stretch. So I'm reaching my heart forward and softening those shoulders. Yes, you know who you are. Big breath in, soften those shoulders. And then we'll sit up and cross the knee over. Crossing the knee over and taking that little twist to the right. Little twist to the right. Use those core muscles. Imagine that cosmic serpent on the waters of infinity, right? Sitting up tall, but also sort of relaxing into this. Relaxing one's effort. And coming back to center. Switching sides. So I'll take this left ankle over the right knee and begin my tapping practice. You could tap anywhere on the body as a way to move energy. And big thanks go out to Carol Z out in California, who alerted me to the existence of this wonderful human being named Rami, who is now part of our wellness community. So I'll share the recording of Tai Chi with our follow-up email, so you can do it. Do it sometime this week. It's so awesome. I love it. Maybe a little massage here. Grabbing onto the shin, I'm going to get into my hip stretch, reaching my heart forward. Softening my shoulders. Finding my breath, a couple breaths. And then sitting up tall, crossing the knee over, taking that twist to the left. Finding the steadiness, finding the ease, recognizing that they are there at the same time. And then coming back to center, making any other movements the body's asking for. Maybe one last little stretch. Right? Maybe you want to get one more little sip of water, and then I will share with you a mantra that's called the Gayatri mantra. And you can kind of just take an easy, relaxed posture. Yes. So just taking that easy, relaxed posture with your feet on the earth and the seat in the chair. Very good. All right, wonderful. Okay. Maybe softening the eyes and just being open to receiving. The Gayatri mantra is centering around allowing divine light in the form of wisdom to enter our realm, physical, mental, spiritual. Om Bhurrbhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurrbhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhurrbhuva Svaha Tat Savitur Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Just allowing this divine light of wisdom of both steadiness and ease, clarity and confusion, all the things that we experience, to be there at once. And if it's in your practice, my friends, you could bring the hands to heart center, and we could close our session with one more mantra that is a closing mantra appears in many, many cultures. It's the meaning of it is, may all beings everywhere be happy. Loka samasta sukhino. And then we say Om, peace, 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 shanti, 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 at the very end. So breathing in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And thanking you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste. I hope that I will see you later this week. We have a new class on Friday. It might be a little early for those of you on the West Coast. It's a gentle mat yoga class at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So that would be 8 a.m. Pacific time, a little bit early. But you can catch the recording, and that would be, what time would that be in British summertime? I guess that would be 5 hours ahead of that. So also our Ed Forum registration is still open. And if you're thinking about coming in person but you have not registered yet, the time to do it is literally today, because you'll get the early bird registration on the hotel, I think. And then finally, there's a giving challenge that if you, between the hours of 12 noon tomorrow, that's Tuesday, and 12 noon Wednesday, if you give a gift during that time, it will actually be tripled. So I'll give you all the information in this follow-up email, and I'm planning on doing a little fundraising myself, because who doesn't love, you know, that triple action? So hope to see you in Gentle Yoga, hope to see you at the Ed Forum, either virtually or in person, and then hope that we can continue to raise money for this amazing organization and continue to look for a cure, as well as improve patient outcomes. And I don't think of you as patients, I think of you as friends, but that's what we're here to do.